Hey guys, welcome back to Bets in Bed. This is episode 4, and don't look now, but if you were watching us last week, your boys are off to a hot start. We definitely turned our luck around after episode 3 where we didn't get jack shit right, and we brought in our lucky helmet last week, and that caused all the luck to turn around where we went a combined 8-2 on the week.
8-2.
Yeah, so that was a
strong showing.
Strong showing. So, not gonna lie, didn't necessarily see that one coming, but I had no problem with that.
I did. I knew 100% that I was gonna load it up.
Yeah, you
were. Big card, big comeback, easy. Last week was light work.
Yeah, so to break it down, Nick went 5-2 on the week, being up $915, which brings them to
$240, first place. It's good to be king.
Yeah, but not too far behind is me, where I went 3-0, clean sweep, and I got my lock of the week pick as well, and I was up $390 last week if you would have followed me, and it brings me up to $205. So we're going to try to keep the momentum going as we are going into UFC Fight Night Argentina.
This card sucks.
Yeah, another one. So
big week followed by a low hill. We're going soup there. This trash. This is another one like the week before where I had to spend a good 45 minutes even looking to find the first thing that I wanted to bet on. I don't even know about my lock this week. I'm calling it a lock, but I'm not sure that it is a lock.
Ooh, I sense a little bit of fear in his voice. But the way last week started, we started off with rubbing the lucky helmet. Isn't the same helmet. It doesn't say lucky, but
I'm not touching that helmet.
I'm a little bit different with the superstition. I think if it's a helmet, it counts. So lucky helmet.
Touch your dick. That's not that doesn't make it count.
Work your magic.
For the field. I don't know how many bets he's got on his card. For.
Okay, well, I guess I'll get things started off. I only have 3 bets on this card. Like Nick said, it was kind of hard to find things I liked. But first off, I have a feeling you also have this bet, but it's going to be in the Cynthia Calvillo versus Paulina what's her name? Botello? Yeah, so I'm taking Poliana. What did I call her?
Paulina.
I got Paulina Gretzky stuck in my head. Thanks a lot, Barstool Trent. But so I'm taking Cynthia Calvillo in this at plus 135. Quite frankly, I like Paulina. I think she's very physical, but I don't necessarily think she's that good at fighting. I think there's a lot of flaws in her game. If Calvillo works the leg kicks and attacks that weird stance that she has, I think it's going to be able to slow down the physicality. So I like that pick. What do you got in that?
I have the same thing. In the Bay fight of the night, that wouldn't have been the Bay fight of the night had Veronica Macedo made it to the card. However, she did. But I do have the same thing. That doesn't make me feel good at all that you're touching this imposter helmet, that I have the same thing. But I kind of feel similar. And also kind of like a bounce back fight for Cynthia Calvillo. I mean, she came off, I forget who she just lost.
It's Carla Esparza.
Yes, yeah, right. And I thought you won. That was the fight that she was fired up afterwards. Definitely thought, it was close, but definitely thought she won. She was fired up afterwards. It's, I think it's statement time, get back in the win column. And the thing, Botello is good, and all, like you said, pretty imposing, kind of. But I think imposing. I don't think Suri Kondo's that good, so I think that's kind of like who have you beat lately?
Yeah.
Okay, like Alabama beats Alabama A&M by 600. That's not the meter. People aren't citing, the Alabama A&M game is why Bama's good. They cite the Florida game. Well, I can't find a Florida game or probably not Florida. They suck, but whatever. You get the point. I can't find it because then you had Pearl Gonzalez before she was as good as she is now over in Invicta. I just don't see the strength of schedule. I like Calvillo decision. I think decision's not the bet. I just have her straight up, but I think if you had to pick away, probably decision. Botello's durable enough.
I will say this: if Calvillo loses this fight, I might be #done with betting on her because the last time was super frustrating, and I have a feeling if she loses this one, it's going to be another frustrating bout. But she's not going to.
I'm a baseball. You get 3 strikes, even though I don't watch baseball, but I'm a baseball guy when it comes to how many strikes you get till you scorn me, so she would have 1 more then. But, okay, I guess I'll go, I'll just work up the card since I pretty much have, that's it. We're going to work there and up. We're getting right into lock of the day. Like I said, I don't really know how I feel about this, but when I look at Ricardo Lama, your boy about to do it again with an over for the lock, which makes me nervous. Again, you just keep going back to the well. I don't know if Ricardo Lamas or Darren Elkins, either of them are capable of finishing the other one. I just don't really, I don't see it. Like the guys that Ricardo Lamas has finished, he finished Jason Knight a little bit ago. He got KO'd by Josh Emmett.
Fuck you, Josh Emmett.
But like, Darren Elkins ain't KOing anybody. He beat Mirsad Bektic because he was exhausted. But that's not. I don't anticipate that happening to Lamas. I just don't. I think that this is going to be a lot of a lot of scrambles, a lot of. Elkins is going to eat some shots.
Yeah.
Because
he's Darren Elkins.
Darren Elkins. So that's what he does. I'm struggling to see where one of these guys gets a finish. So even though it's a steep 250 price, I like this going over 2.5. That's what I got for my lock this week. So like I said, I mean, that's the bet I feel, I guess, most confident in. But it's not like last week where that was locked up and ready to go. That was taken to the bank. But this is, I feel good about this.
I didn't know that was the route you were going. I thought you were going to end that statement with, but I think Ricardo Lamas is just the better fighter, because that brings you to my next pick, where I have Lamas over Elkins, because quite frankly, I don't think Derek Elkins is that good of a fighter. He just has that Homer Simpson syndrome where I'm going to let the guy punch himself out and then attack. But at this point, it's kind of like the gig is up. If Ricardo Lamas is that dumb to just keep pummeling him to the point of like, oh, I'm going to attack the finish, like the damage, just stop trying to put the guy away early, man, because you're going to blow your wad and then you get tired, just like Mirsad Bektic. I think Lamas has enough fighter savvy to know, okay, I'm going to fuck this guy up, cruise, and if there's an opportunity to finish, go for it, but don't just, like I said, shoot your load.
Yeah, so that's also fair play. What was he at?
He's at, so Lamas is minus 210, so I have him to win 100,
Yeah, so that's about the same as the over's 250, so it is what it is. But yeah, definitely don't look for any finish. I would be appalled if somebody got finished in that fight.
Yeah, shame on you, Darren Elkins. Like, you got to stick to the brand and just not get finished. Although he's been finished a couple times, but it just seems like more times than not, he's the hardest guy to put away in the UFC.
Yeah, right. Well, that, and he's also been I think he's been put away by a couple guys that like put people away.
Yeah, Mendez and then Brazilian Cowboy choked him out, I think.
That's like a 2 weight class jump, dude. This is 145.
Maybe I got. Fuck. I've got him confused with someone else.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, either way.
Yeah, no, I don't.
He's tough
Scratch
to put
that.
away. Then I guess we go to the main event, unless you have something else.
Yeah, well, I do I'm not betting the main event, but you could go to that if you want to go right now.
This honestly, I thought about making this my lock. To be determined if I make no, I can't do that. But I thought about making this my lock. I'm very confident in this bet. Just as confident, I would say, in my lock. Let's put it that way. I'm just as confident that in the main event, Neil Magny versus Santiago Ponzinibbio, Neil Magny gets a W here. Because this is just, on paper, you just eye test it, both the names, read them off, look through who Neil Magny's beaten in the last couple of years, look through who Santiago Ponzinibbio's beaten in the last couple of years, look at where their career trajectories are going. This fight has Neil Magny W written all over it. This is just the story of Neil Magny, rinse, wash, repeat. Piles up, well, he had that one long win streak. Then kind of since he had the long win streak, piles up a couple wins. Then he beats other surging contender guy that he probably shouldn't and is like for sure a more than plus 200 dog against. And then he gets obliterated by somebody promptly thereafter. Puts together a win, puts together 2 wins, beats surging contender guy that he's favored against, so he's the underdog against, loses shortly thereafter. This is we might have something here. Maybe we'll just shove Santiago into that mix up at 170. No, this has Neil Magny decision. 5 rounds for Santiago. First, he might get cracked maybe first round, but this is just cardio king Neil Magny, out grappling, you're gonna hear outworking a lot in this fight. You're gonna hear it a lot.
Yeah, I don't hate that pick at all, because
he's at plus 240.
I feel like there's a lot of buzz on Ponzinibbio right now, and it seems like every time there's buzz around a Neil Magny fight, like it's gonna be an easy W.
So Ponzinibbio just barely got away with beating Mike Perry. Let's throw that out there.
That is very true.
Yeah, and we all see how good Mike Perry is.
Exactly.
He's got a big elbow.
Also, I just remembered it wasn't Cowboy Oliveira. It was the other Oliveira, the one that like quits on himself every fucking if he doesn't.
Yeah.
I always get those two confused. Just weight classes apart.
Same last name.
Anyways, let's take. So was that your?
That's my last pick.
That was your last pick. So that was your long shot of the week too, because I think it was like what 240.
It's plus 240. If you want a long, I don't have anything that I thought was like deep long that I thought was good here, but that's what I got for you in terms of dogs. It's plus 240. So if you want to go swing it, that's the move. Like I would take that straight up. I mean, if Magny was minus 200, I'd probably take that as well. Like, that's how good I feel about that.
Well, that brings me to my lock of the week, and I'm surprised you actually don't have this on your card. I thought you were going to be able to sniff it out in a second, but I have Cesar Ferreira over this guy.
I thought about
this.
that.
What's the guy's name? I didn't write it down. I don't know, like Heinrich. I don't know. I'm so bad with remembering these names. But it's this new guy.
Would have been good to write that down.
Yeah, it's his UFC debut. He's a late replacement because Ferreira was supposed to fight Tom Breeze, who pulled out. So this guy was a Dana White Contender Series. He was an LFA champ at welterweight, so he's going up a weight. Well, he's now going up a weight class. And Ferreira is, like, massive. He's like a big dude that knows how to grapple. There's other guys, just your classic.
It's a pretty light line on this too, right?
It's I have it at minus 190, which I
thought I saw it at like 70s earlier, but I could have been wrong.
Yeah, it was it wasn't too bad before, but it's been way swinging toward Cesar. But I just don't a late replacement. Dana White Contender Series. The guy was former LFA champ, but nothing too impressive. This is going to be an easy win. So this is my lock of the week, and I'm taking it for 2 units. I'm that confident in it. So this is my hope. I don't think I've gotten a 2-unit win yet, so hopefully this is my first. And
I don't think anybody has, to be honest.
No, I don't think we have either. You've had a couple of those losses.
Yeah.
And then for my long shot of the week, kind of on the along the lines of what you were saying with Neil Magny, I have him by decision for plus 525, just because I do think Magny wins this fight, and for plus 525, that's just saying people are giving him no shot in hell. And Magny doesn't necessarily strike me as a finisher. It will be a boring 5-round decision, but I think there's some good value in that. So not going on record, but I like that pick.
Not on my card, but if you folks at home want to look at the Neil Magny by decision by submission combo, not your worst thing to look into. I don't know what the line on the submission is or what it is on.
It was like 460 something, I think.
You throw two smackaroos down on each of those, and I like that. I might do that myself, but it's not on my card for the sake of the show. But that Eddie Bravo, look into it.
Yeah, some walking around money.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, I think that wraps up our card. I'm going to give one last tap to the helmet, because the helmet always does the soul good. We'll be able to prove, is it who's the idiot and who's not the idiot.
I don't like that our first pick aligned right away.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Hey, last week, though, that seemed to have worked pretty well, so hopefully that continues.
Last week we had an actual helmet that said Lucky written right across. A Lucky helmet.
That's true, but hey, man, I'm going off of helmets. That's all. That we don't know. We haven't been able to pinpoint where the luck was coming from, so we're just consider this an experiment.
Could have been my drawers.
Lucky drawers. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. You'll catch us next week, where we're going to
Next week's even worse.
Is that the Curtis Blades?
Yeah, that's going to be even worse. Well, I might have one bet for you guys, and that's going to be tough to claw. These cards are getting, until we get to the Perth, or Adelaide, sorry. No, yeah, it's
Adelaide,
yeah. Until we get to Adelaide, then you kind of got a couple heaters that close the year out, but man, this week and next week are, these have been tough, guys. So bear with us for 2 more weeks till we get to the juice.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. I'm your host, Matt, here with Nick. Follow us on social media at Below the Belt MMA, where we will hopefully be live tweeting this. We got a pretty busy week ahead of us in the Phi Phi Islands in Thailand, so pray for our livers. Thanks. Bye.